What's up, you slithery snakes? I'm gonna be watching part 6 of the comprehensive history of Chris Chan. You know, it's gonna get wacky and zany today. You know, it started out as a wacky journey, but it gets depressing. But this is, the fun part, I feel like. If there is such a thing.
What made him this way? What is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
What happened? The mystery. What made him cringe? What is he looking at? I wonder that every time. What is he thinking about? Probably Sonichu.
Towards the end of August 2008, hoping to further develop their relationship, Christian emailed Blanca asking about her opinion on pornography and admitted that he has seen his.
How do you personally feel about pornography and me completing issue 7 of Sonichu? Also, I will get the new logo made up after completing number 7 comic. I will share the JPEG of the icon with you for your open, honest opinions, but the main name will be changed to reflect its being the original and official Sonichu and Rosechu site, with the original quick Sonichu being maintained as its short nickname. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I wanted to ask you about how you feel about porn and your humble opinion. Literally, that's how I guessed it too. Honestly and confidentially, between you and me, I see the official videos from companies such as Adam and Eve not solely as a turn on, but as a good education. Oh my god, he is the biggest turbo virgin ever. But also, as an act, I also appreciate it more as a virgin because it allows me to create a better idea for when I actually do it for my first time. And obviously, I've seen a fair share in my adult years. I would rather be well advised about it in the practices of safe sex. And man, this is so hot. And, anything to do on the topic, but if you do not feel comfortable with seeing pornographic videos, I will not ask anymore beyond this paragraph. This is too sexy. Why would you stop, Chris? I humbly apologize. If you knew it was a bad idea, then why did you go forward with it? But I feel like it was a good idea to check with you about the subject because I care about your feelings. As our gal pal, as my friend, it was a boyfriend free girl.
Share. He revealed that he enjoyed TV shows like Keeping Up Appearances, Are You Being Served, and Monty Python.
Monty
to upload a video
Python.
of herself on YouTube, or at least have a video call with him. He also mentioned an alleged recent interaction with Megan. If you recall my gal pal, Megan Schroeder, I chatted with her earlier tonight. She has forgiven me for my mistake. She's doing well, and she has been going out with a volunteer fireman for about over a month now. Although I had her at I Love You when I lost her then, I can still be happy for her successes as a true friend.
I don't
He
know,
let Blanca
Chris.
know that he had gotten used to the existence of the Encyclopedia Dramatica page, but was still tormented by the images of a transgender Rosechu.
I just wanted to let you know.
She is
Oh.
all woman. She was born with and still has her God-given vagina and both ovaries.
Both of
I would
them.
seriously really wish and like very much see all the dicked up images removed from the page and replaced with more accurate fan art of Rosechu's vagina. Not only that, but it seriously ticked me when just after I found the page back in November '07, I received in emails a few copies of those particular images. Then I distinctly, right to the point, straightforward told all the people that sent the image copies, as well as the people of the ED page, to remove their pickled images. Only if they would replace their dick-headedness with honest, God-blessed images of Rosechu with vagina and absolutely no friggin' penis.
No
Blanca
freaking
revealed that their
penis.
relationship was in fact growing stronger, and sent the following photo to Chris to further persuade him of her genuineness. This convinced him to provide her with his home phone number.
Hell no, thank you so much, Blanca. Your friendship and your honesty means a lot to me. Frankly, I'm not Mr. Joe Millionaire either, but I get by well, and I look to the Lord and God for their support as well. I am certain that you will be blessed as well. By the way, you look beautiful in that older picture like you did rocking in midair. I feel like more trust and faith in you now, and for that, I will give you my home phone number to you. I'd offer my cell phone, but apparently it cost me a bundle to accept long distance calls on it. Oh my god.
Christian also informed her of his scheme to combat images of Rosechew with a penis by making his own sexual drawings of a truly female Rosechew. Blanca then encouraged him to proclaim his intentions in a YouTube video. On September 2nd, 2008, in order to replace the sexual imagery of which he disapproved, Christian uploaded 9 nude drawings of Rosechew.
This is who she is in her pure form.
Many of these drawings were actually traced from pre-existing erotic renderings of characters such as Amy Rose from Sonic. 3 days later, JK Productions claimed that they had received a cease and desist order from both Sega and Nintendo due to the unauthorized use of the likeness of their characters. The artists in response drastically redesigned the main characters. For example, Sonichu was reimagined as Reginald the Anteater, which was a crossbreed of an anteater and an eel who sported a dashing suit with a pickle.
No, it's all wrong.
His breast
And it's got a pickle.
was similarly replaced by an anteel with gay overtones. Chris was also supplanted by a voluptuous female version of himself.
Oh no, that's who he wishes he was right now.
These drastic changes convinced Chris to end his relationship with JK Productions, mistaking the anteals for aardvarks.
This is not the spirit of Sonichu. Sonichu is not an aardvark. He is a electric hedgehog Pokemon.
Christian released episode 17 of Sonichu issue 8 before the comic was completed. Rather than the supposed spring break theme, episode 17 came about as a direct response to the recent drama concerning ED and 4chan, resulting in a sex-filled and surprisingly pornographic offering. Due to the shocking nature of its content, the episode was originally available in 3 different versions, based on the TV parental guidelines devised by the FCC. TVY7, which contained no graphic content, TV14, which included sexual acts with the nudity censored, and TVMA, which was the uncut and uncensored version. Before the prologue, Chris inserted a disclaimer in which Sonichu and Rosechew say that they are over the age of 18 and give...
Hey loyal readers, Sonichu and I wish to take a moment to discuss our sexual acts portrayed here today. Please understand that we are consenting adults at ages greater than 18 years old, and when he and I are alone, we sometimes take enjoyment in warming each other up in our 69 position. While it is good for us, it may or may not be right for you, or your trusted opposite, because it's gotta be opposite gender, no gayness around Quickville. We at Christian Weston Chandler and every one of this hand-drawn series fully support safe sex and the proper use of condoms during vaginal/penile intercourse. Also, in addition, while we also support sexual education in every high school, Christian Weston Chandler also highly recommends and would gladly support dating education classes, because while sex ed is great for the eventual well-earned intercourse after at least 3 or more dates, it's to be well taught out. It's gotta be, at least 3 dates. After that 4th date, you better give it up, bitch. Be taught to approach and ask one's member of the opposite gender, not of the same gender. That's very specific. Our generation... Jesus, that is just so much, just so unnecessary.
Some warning as to what will shortly be witnessed. We, Christian Weston Chandler, and everyone of this hand-drawn series fully support to the lovemaking, human equivalence. With the help of diagrams, he goes on to explain sexual intercourse between 2 electric hedgehog Pokemon of the opposite gender. Second floor, and are greeted by an ominous Jason, draped in a dark hooded cloak with, apart from one eye, his face concealed by shadows. They politely request that the Christian page be taken down, stating that the page goes against the values of the United States and her citizens.
And it's such a much better job. I'm a troll with no such beliefs. I am no other way born, no way die. I intend to make the most of my pitiful life by tormenting every human by my grasp until they die.
Goes for an attack, but is quickly thrown aside. They decide to leave quietly, but then Jason throws a pickle at Rose Shoe's head, which infuriates her. She flies up into the air to shed her clothes and reveals that she wears a C-cup bra. She takes off her brassiere and underwear, her nude body for all to see. Her fiery rage transforms her into the incredible lioness. I am the power. I am the warrior. I am the almighty woman. True to all of my gender, I will overpower any evil or good man who defies us, and make him succumb to our will. I have the almighty uterus that makes me strong and super powerful.
It's funny that he thinks this now, but like later on he like tries to change his gender so he can get girls better hopefully, but that didn't work out either.
By this one's heinous hand. I am woman. Hear me roar. She flies at Howl, grabbing hold of his head with her thighs. In a ferocious rage, she tears open his
This is supposed to be for children.
Roshu calms down and reverts to her old self. They regroup.
Sonichu's just like, bro, what the fuck?
They bring it back to the mayor's office, where the rest of the Sonichu crystals are kept. With 2 in Chris's possession, they have only 1 more crystal to find on their own, so they could finally rescue Crystal. In the epilogue, all the Rose Chews gather together to make nude photographs of themselves in support of women's liberation. Simone LaRose
in support of women's liberation.
They are surprised by the sudden arrival of one Zapina Rose Chew, who wants to help them out, but announces that she is 14 years old.
I want to help,
regrettably announces that she cannot contribute due to dumb laws.
Dumb laws.
She insisted that she can work as a volunteer, using her light emission powers to help with the photo shoot, which will serve as a protest to the efforts of
Wait, so she had this, so she's like, you're 14, you can't help, but you can, you know, you can do something else around here. You can videotape it.
Episode 17 was widely lambasted, forcing Chris to quickly remove the uncensored edition from the website. He defended the drastic change in tone in his comic in an email to Blanca. I wish to make it perfectly clear that I, Christian Weston Chandler, a sound-minded virgin, do not see women as sex objects. I honestly see women as my equal, human beings who have every right as any person in this world do, and I care about how women feel. Story-wise, Roshu is only doing what she, herself, as an individual, feels is right in a great act of protest against the real-life 4centgarbage.com, which is encyclopediadramatica.com, and every woman has every right as human equals to speak their voice as loud as they feel for or against what they each set their individual sights upon. Ladies, I care. I seriously do.
He cares,
It was around this time that a troll, who identified herself as Lord Silly Nipples, assumed Blanca's identity without informing the original trio
Lord
of trolls
Silly
who created
Nipples.
and then shared with Chris Blanca's supposed MySpace page, and sent an email
Man,
asking him
MySpace
to
is
send
a
her
grip.
sexy nude photos of himself. In return, she promised she would show her own sexy side. Captivated by the promise of nudes, he took an array of revealing photos of himself and sent them to whom he thought was Blanca,
Oh,
taking little
good.
notice of her, suddenly changing her email address, or the various physical and biographical inaccuracies seen on her MySpace page. On September 11th, Blanca's MySpace profile picture was changed to a photo of a black man in a pickle costume, and Lord Silly Nipples posted Christian's nude photos onto the ED page. Humiliated by the revelation, he recorded a video addressing the event, conceding that Blanca, as he knew her, was a troll.
An official update.
The first of many, like, you'd think he'd learn maybe after this situation, maybe, but he doesn't.
But right now, at the moment, I'm upset and sad. The featured friend that I have recently given a guest spot in the 7th comic book, turns out that woman was a fake troll. Well, he tricked me into revealing
I was betrayed.
adult type stuff. I was tricked. I was betrayed.
He also mentions the mysterious appearance of an advertisement for Sonichu toys purportedly seen in a magazine.
I've taken a notice of the recent ad in the video game magazine or comic book somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, about merchandise. I have not ever, up to this point, authorized any distribution or advertisement of any Sonichu merchandise. So, the ad there, that is a fake. Boycott that at all costs.
Finally, since he believed that Blanca was not a real person, he assumed complete control over her intellectual property.
Also, at this point, I will claim Jigglyami as my own from this point on. Blanca character that I associate with her in the drawing, well, she'll be like a character in a city, but she's not going to be a active character.
Not only is he like taking other people's characters, he's also taking creative properties that already exist and saying, no, Sega or Nintendo can't sell Sonichu merchandise. I don't give a fuck. I'm the one that created Sonichu.
For Jigglyami, I'll be claiming her as my own from this point on. Good day.
The ad he had mentioned was an invention of a troll who assumed the identity of former English soccer personality Jimmy Hill, who wanted Chris to believe that Hill stole all elements of the Sonichu story and was developing the franchise in real life, the popularity of which allegedly rivaled that of Pokemon. To scarf, unwittingly exposing him.
That rivaled that of
Related to the trolls,
Pokemon.
he sent an email to the Reverend of his church, Elizabeth Foss, about how he was deceived and now looked to God for forgiveness. Reverend Foss in return suggested that he meet with pastoral counselor Rocky Shoemaker, who she felt could help Chris
That
make
old woman is not prepared for this. Look at her. She's too sweet for what Chris Chan has to offer.
He began seeking her advice regularly. Vivian G continued to email Chris, trying to convince him that his nude pictures are not a big deal, and that she wished that he get off the internet and meet real women in person like he used to. She tried with all her might.
Like he used to. You need to get back out there with the sign.
Was a troll as well, but Christian wouldn't listen. In the wake of the Blanca deception, he re-engaged in conversations with the original Blanca, sending his messages to her original email address, with the trolls desperately trying to convince Chris that their Blanca was the true Blanca, claiming that the Blanca behind the leaks and the MySpace page was a product of trolls. The trolling trio persuaded Christian to take part in a Skype call. One of the three, who called herself Nurse Iki-chan, lent her voice to the part and convinced him that he was in contact with the true Blanca. He later announced so in a video.
It's all settled now. Blanca's real. I talked to her. Yeah, she called me. So as for the as for the jerk who posed with the Kawaii Kitsune name, if I knew who you were, I'd give you a kick in the balls. But I can't, because I don't know who or where you are. But if everybody knows the whereabouts of the jerk, and it just happened to be nearby, or within the state, give him a sweet kick for me. Anyway, I'm happy now. I'm happy.
He also addresses the issue of counterfeit Sonichu merchandise produced by Jimmy Hill.
First off, the toys in the UK. They're definitely fake. I have never approved any merchandise or distribution of such merchandise yet. So therefore, the advertisements of such Sonichu merchandise in the UK, all fake. Possibly this guy named Jerry Hill, I think his name was. But I mean, that's from a suggestion that's a name I got from one of my fans. So anyway, boycott buy the merchandise from the UK. Buy any merchandise from there. Boycott it. Don't do it.
Chris also confirms that JK Productions were fake and implored that people continue asking Nintendo to get involved in the Sonichu video game.
Sonichu, Issue 1. Hand drawn premiere issue.
Go
Ghost.
Sonichu and
Go
Zap
out
to the
after the
extreme.
extreme.
I
On
will,
September
thank you,
15th,
Father.
Vivian G began uploading her series of Sonichu audiobooks, which she edited herself. A narrator told the story of the comic in a calm yet dramatic voice, with Vivian herself providing crass commentary in the form of annotations. The project made no attempt at addressing inconsistencies, spelling errors, or storyline issues, and simply delivered the story in a straight, deadpan manner. The team would continue to make audiobook videos covering the Sonichu story for the next few years.
For the next few years.
Possibly sometime in September, Lord Silly Nipples, impersonating Christian's childhood friend, Tiffany Robinson, sent him an email requesting to receive a copy of his Yup, I'm on TV DVD, who upon receiving the gift, leaked the contents onto the
Also,
internet.
no
This
Drac in
leak
there,
featured
even
most
though
of
it's
the videos
60
and
damage.
photos on the disc, including this photo of Barbara Chandler. Due to her significant girth and slumbering state, trolls began calling her Snorlax, which is a large Pokemon known for its sleepy nature.
Oh no.
Despite things with Chris and Blanca looking optimistic, he began a courteous discord with one Sarah Jackson, who allegedly first found
She doesn't even look real,
out about
man.
him through her autistic sister, Rose, a Sonichu fan. Like most people engaging with Christian at the time, Sarah was also a fake personality. He informed Blanca of this new development in their relationship. I'm gonna be honest with you. Over the weekend, I met this other woman over the internet, developed a good trust with her. Basically, I'm feeling in between with you and this woman, and I want to make more certain which one I should save myself for. I have told her about you, and I only want to be as fair as possible. I'd hate to make you feel bad, sad, or jealous, because I honestly care about you and your feelings a lot, Blanca Weiss. I understand if this comes as a big surprise to you, but believe me, you are the first I've said I love you to, openly and honestly.
Oh my
Let me
goodness.
ask you, do you want me in an honest relationship, or sexually, more or equal to bad? He gave Blanca
Do you want
Sarah's
me
email
sexually?
address so she
I
could
know
have a
it's
talk
just
with
for
her.
that. You want me for my
I care about
body.
Christian a lot, and I would not see him hurt by anyone, especially not someone pretending to be a girl to get their kicks from hurting an innocent man who is autistic. I hope you realize what kind of monster you are. Honestly, what do you have to gain from hurting him? Oh, are you going to get more naked pictures of him? Going to rob him of his dignity? You know what? Go do something more productive, like get a job, read a book, I don't know, do something. What kind of person purposely tries to ruin the life of an autistic? It's beyond me. Sarah replied, Chris is a sweet and loving man, and he has feelings for me. You obviously blew it with him, or he wouldn't be talking to me in the first place. So who can just jump off a cliff, sister? You couldn't possibly love him the way I have come to. So just give this pathetic game up. I will tell him about
I love how the trolls are trolling each other for trolling. Like, it's just
the
a
slanderous things you have
mess.
written to me too, and then we'll see how much more he trusts you. Christian had to make a tough decision, so he chose Blanca to be his one and only. He asked if she would send him some more photographs of herself at varying angles, stating that nudes weren't necessary, but appreciated. He paid no attention to Blanca's constantly changing physical appearance. Chris also brought up the possibility of a future meeting in real life. While I'm thinking about it, did you say you might be able to make it for Thanksgiving break? If not sooner, I would appreciate your presence. And if at that time you feel ready, my virginity
My virginity shall be yours. You're thirsting at the seams
I know I
for
said
it.
it before in your previous pics, but you still have a hot body. Oh my god. He then elaborated on their proposed schedule. You can meet my mother and father, chat with them a while, and get to know each other. Then you and we can go upstairs to my bedroom to just hang out, watch TV, or chat a while. Maybe even some video gameplay with Guitar Hero or something. For dinner that evening,
I'll
our
take
first
you out to
date, I will
McDonald's,
take you out to
Arby's,
McDonald's,
Burger King.
or a small restaurant like that. Then I'd let you go back to your hotel or bring you back home. No sex on the first night, but if you'd like to make out, I'd
I'd welcome it.
For lunch, I'd take you to this good all-you-can-eat pizza, salad, soup, dessert buffet that I know of in Charlottesville. Then we can take in a romantic movie at the theater, or we can walk the downtown mall and or walk in the park. If it doesn't bother you, I may yawn and stretch my arm around you to your other shoulder. If you want to take it further, You may pull my hand on your shoulder a little closer to your breast.
Don't give away all your moves before you
Of
meet
course,
her.
this is
Like,
optional,
goddamn.
and that lets you cop a reach into the popcorn bucket, or under that to
Oh
cop a
no.
few. Stop me if I'm bothering you any, and you and
Oh,
I can make out in
no.
the theater. And if you feel like it that night in the privacy of mine or your room, you can take my virginity. Or we can wait till the third
No.
night, if there is one, before you have to go back to Kentucky. Either way, I would wear a condom then, and in the future, until
Well,
wedding night.
how thoughtful. He'd wear a condom at least, you know. He's thinking about, you know, your future in the wedding night.
Blanca and Sarah continued to spitefully exchange emails to each other until September 17th. One correctly guessing his password, trolls hacked into Christian's email account, and also in turn gained access to his AOL, MySpace, YouTube, Facebook, and eBay accounts, leaking the majority of his private goings-on to the public. In addition, they acquired previously unreleased nude photos of him, which they sent to ED. One particular picture was a close-up shot of Sonichu doodled on his penis. Another
What the fuck am I watching? A Sonichu doodled on his dick.
was a direct Chris modeling his mother's underwear. These latest photos also explicitly show
Why? Why would you do that? What the
the
fuck?
unusual, misshapen form of his penis. In the meantime, the trolls changed the background of his YouTube profile page to a tiled illustration of a pickle. In response, Chris created a new email address and made a new YouTube channel, CChan6789. In the midst of all this chaos, Christian began chatting with one Jessie Ruddy, an online female persona conceived by two trolls, possibly through Skype. Their conversations remained fairly casual, though they did discuss some sexually charged topics. At the same time, Chris also began conversing with an Australian girl who went by the internet handle Panda Halo. Like all his recent love interests, Panda, real name Sarah Cassandra Mackenzie, was yet again another troll-created online identity. Growing increasingly hopeful of a future with her, he broke off the promise of a relationship with Blanca and announced his new true love in a video. This was the first instance of Chris introducing his videos with the phrase Captain's Log and listing off the relevant star date, which was the method of log entry and record keeping used in the Star Trek TV and film franchise.
He did this for a
However,
while.
it is likely that Chris was actually referencing a Star Trek parody seen in Family Guy instead.
Captain's log. Star date September 24th, 2008. This is an update for the Sonichu fan base. As you can see, I am safe and well. I have no intention of hurting or killing myself.
He finally leaves his bitterness towards Adam Stackhouse behind him.
Also, I would like to update by letting y'all know
About
about
time.
Adam Stackhouse, who was the winner of the that Parappa contest.
You are forgiven.
Leave him alone. I hold no grudge against him. So you leave him and his family, including his sister, alone.
He's had enough torment.
It's all forgiven. It's all in the past. Done deal.
Like,
Also,
nobody gives a fuck anymore.
I have a big
Get over
announcement.
it.
I'm taken. I don't want to be her true name
If she has one.
for my fear of her, for my worry about her safety. But I want to shout out my love to her. This is for you.
He proceeds to sing Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, with the song's appearance in a Family Guy episode served as a backing track. Christian and Panda Halo's relationship got heated very quickly. Chris engaged in Skype conversations using the family computer located in their kitchen. Over the course of their chats, he frankly discussed delicate topics such as masturbation. He graphically described his masturbation.
This is so over the top. Well, anyway, to get back to me, so yeah, basically, I just massage myself. I just massage myself down there, and then, what? It gets more erect, and, you know, it's still wet, but I go back to my bed, and, lie down on the bed, and, like, you know, I just massage it up and down, like, you know. What the fuck? Do I even want to continue reading this?
And admitted added that he would always have a clean plastic cup on hand in which he would ejaculate, as to not make a mess. Chris reflected
How
on what
thoughtful. Like, what a clean guy.
he has learned from watching copious amounts of porn, and confessed that he wouldn't like it if women inserted fruits and vegetables into themselves while masturbating, because he saw it
Yeah. What the fuck?
as a waste of food. But in the case of
Don't waste those bananas. You could use those and eat those. It's a waste of
bananas,
food.
it was acceptable due to the protective peel of said fruit, meaning it could be eaten after the fact. While Pantahalo did not appear on any
Although it says meaning it could be eaten after the fact.
video, her voice was enough to convince Chris that she was real. He readily engaged in obscene acts for his webcam. These included Chris impersonating a selection of animals and even masturbating on camera. These videos soon surfaced on the internet. It was possibly around this time that Vivian G had a 3-hour-long chat with Chris through AOL Instant Messaging, during which she desperately tried to convince him that all the women offering themselves to him over the internet were fake. During the conversation, Christian slipped on cat poo in the kitchen and had to clean up the mess. She confronted him over the
Whoa.
nude picture he drew of Megan. He accused ED of twisting the image and making it evil, destroying their relationship. Vivian reminded him that Megan had requested that they remained just as friends, but Christian betrayed her. He then proceeded to talk about his need for a sweetheart to fulfill his wish of fathering a daughter by the name of Crystal Weston Chandler. He blamed his random access memory for the sudden change in topic, claiming he can't help himself if his thoughts are random. He revealed that he still went to the Alderman Library at the University of Virginia to look for women. Vivian then explained that people usually go to the library to study and not to hook up with strangers. The discussion gave him a headache.
Well, what do you go
Chris
for?
then talked about his desperate need for a dating education class, which would be especially useful for the third date onwards.
He
Vivian
needs
pointed
top
out that the
G.
dating experience would be completely different for every person, and that sex is not guaranteed on the third date. Chris eventually didn't know how to reply.
That
because his
makes
mind
no
became a
sense.
blank.
On the third date,
He
you're
asked him
supposed to
roleplay
get sex.
to find out what he would say when meeting a girl. Hinir immediately began talking about drawing his comics. She told him that if he were to say that to a girl, he would be perceived as immature and childish. Christian then asked if it would make a difference if he told women that he drew sex pictures instead. Vivian recoiled,
No.
stating that that would be disturbing. She begged for him to seek professional help, admitting that trying to help him herself was like fighting a wall. On September 29th, Christian reignited communications with his former sweetheart, Blanca, telling her that he had a dream in which the name of his true sweetheart-to-be was revealed to be Blanca Weiss. As a show of affection, he announced that he will send his original Sonichu, Rosechu, Black Sonichu, and Gigliami medallions, as well as his drawing of Gigliami to what he thought was her aunt and grandmother's home address. I hope that
The
you are
real
feeling better, that you
medallions.
feel delighted after reading that God and Jesus have finally revealed they're guiding me to you. 2 days later, he sent her an album of grainy photos of himself in an array of poses. On October 4th, Chris released a short video in which he lampoons a line of dialogue used in the MTV animated series Eon Flux.
We're being watched. My name is Christian Weston Chandler. I'm here to find happiness with my true sweetheart, who I've known for over 2 months now. So you trolls best leave us alone. Is anybody listening? Do you believe me? Everybody happy now?
As the months progressed, more and more Jimmy Hill-related artwork began to surface. Screenshots from a supposed Sonichu animated series were leaked as well, and the plotline of Hill's Sonichu story was revealed, which resembles Christian's own iteration, with some notable alterations. Sonichu was touted as the first openly gay cartoon character, with Blake being his boyfriend. He hung out with Rosechu, his gal pal, and he loved his parents, Mary Lee Walsh and Jimmy Hill himself. In the cartoon, they would come under attack from
Mary Lee
the giant
Walsh's
jerkbot, which
parents.
was modeled after Christian's own naked figure. On October 9th, trolls received Christian's package meant for Blanca. It included the medallions, as well as his depiction of Blanca's original character. Chris wrote a heartfelt letter to her on the back of the drawing, which Nurse Iki-chan herself read out for a video later uploaded onto YouTube.
Dear Blanca, I am so happy that you are revealed as my true, honest sweetheart to be in the dream I have anxiously waited for since the dreams of me and my future daughter. When Before my heart was lost and confused, now I truly see the path to the true, honest love set for me by God and Jesus. I now can truly hardly wait to meet you around Halloween.
Below the letter was an illustration depicting a sleeping, dreaming Christian who dreamt of himself waiting for his sweetheart Blanca at a local hotel. The trolling group quickly uploaded their findings onto ED. In response, Christian recorded a video falsely claiming that even though the trolls got hold of his medallions, Blanca had intercepted them and sent his Sonichu medallion back, which he then modified to make more secure, meaning the medallion around his neck in this video was in fact a copy.
Yeah, you gotta remember that not only does he have, the real copies, but he's also got the fake copies.
Captain's log. Stardate, October
He's really
9th,
committed to
2008.
the captain's logs.
Y'all know who I am, so my message should be clear. I'm here to dispel a couple of rumors that have been flying around. Firstly, my Sonichu medal was not stolen.
It was
It was
though.
entrusted to my sweetheart, Blanca, who lives over in Kentucky. Rest assured, she is not a troll, so nobody say otherwise. I have talked to her on webcam and video and audio and heard her voice over her microphone to my speakers and headphones. Anyway, I sent her the medal, and even though some trolls nearby got hold of it temporarily, she managed to get it back and send it back to me express.
Doesn't look like the
He
same
emphasizes that he
medallion.
added a peg to the back of it to hold his amethyst high school ring. He also mentions his leaked DVD footage, naming the man in the pickle suit as the culprit.
Also, the DVD, that was not stolen either. The man in the pickle suit tricked me once again.
The man
Pretended to
in
be
the
a trusted
pickles.
gal pal of mine. So it was sent upon request, but thank God I had the foresight to not make a copy of my director's.
And what I remember is there's actually a guy that showed up in a pickle suit to harass Chris and steal a woman from
cut,
him
which has a lot more
eventually.
footage on it than any distributed copy has.
Still convincing himself that Blanca was true, he professes his love for her.
I wish to also proclaim my love for my sweetheart. I love you, Blanca. I cannot bear to live without you, baby. So please come here as soon as possible so we can be together forever. I love you, Blanca. I always will. Pain me. It would just pain me if you got hurt.
Okay.
So nobody better harm a hair on her, or else you'll hear from me.
As an epilogue,
Look at him,
Chris advertises
this
the
god
upcoming
of a
PS3 game,
man.
Little Big Planet.
Also, this video, as well as all previous videos, are proudly presented to you thanks to the gracious technology from Sony Computer Entertainment America. Look forward for the upcoming Little Big Planet game, coming to only on PlayStation 3, and see exclusive levels that I will be uploading after I have created soon enough, that y'all will be very interested in playing. Thank you.
4 days later, seemingly unperturbed by the possible deception concerning Blanca, Christian made another video announcing that he had received the beta release of Little Big Planet and had already completed making his own level.
The Little Big Planet level y'all have heard about. I have the beta, and I have completed the level in only 2 nights, and I got it published onto the Little Big Planet database on the internet. Apparently my beta had expired, which is kind of bad luck. So I guess I'll just have to wait a week before I can introduce the level fully in video form on the YouTube. Little Big Planet, only on PlayStation 3.
Is that
Never
hanging
accepted any
from something?
invitations, even downloadable to a Hexbox.
He continues by airing his grievances concerning Jimmy Hill.
Master Jimmy Hill, as y'all may know about him, he has perpetrated the rights of Sonichu for myself. As y'all well know, for the longest time now, that I am the original owner and creator of Sonichu and Roaschu.
That's to be
This
debated.
imposter is blatantly copying everything note for note from me. I mean, you take a good look at that. Take a look at that. Because all that is just this Sonic the Hedgehog action figure custom painted. I can easily custom paint this to look like that. With acrylic paint even. So it's simple. And so crappy too.
He compares the appearance of his official Sonichu website with Hill's flagrant imitation.
That looks
and also
way
mentions
better.
the supposed release of Jimmy Hill's Yup, I'm on TV DVD.
And all we did was take every footage that was originated from this DVD and dubbed his voice just over my name. So instead of me saying Christian Weston Chandler, he just dubbed us over each time by saying Jimmy Hill. It even says on the bottom here, the part of Jimmy Hill is played by an actor. An actor. Look at that freaking cover. It's more based on my original comic cover than the original DVD. Anyway, do not buy from Jimmy Hill. He's a fraud, a phony.
Finally, Chris proclaims that the trolls should stop bullying him because he is ignoring them.
You bullies, I know y'all are afraid of me. Because without me, y'all would have nobody to pick on at this point.
It's
no matter
so
how many times
easy.
you direct your influences towards me, I'm just ignoring you. Because basically all you're doing is basically being unheard of. You're basically talking to a brick wall. And I am just blatantly ignoring you hands down. So you may as well just give up. Your opinions and voices are not being heard. You're not scaring me. Y'all are not scaring Blanca. You're scaring nobody, misters. It's time to face facts, misters and misses. I am safe. I am well. And I'll be staying that way. And I shall keep watch for any bullies. And I will take all necessary steps in due time as I cross those bridges, be they sound or broken. Thank you very much. Have a good day or
What?
evening.
It was on this day that the person responsible for the Sarah Jackson character decided to kill her off by assuming the role of her sister and telling Chris that she was allegedly killed in a car crash. On October 14th, Panda Halo created a subsite of Sonichu.net called Sonichu Fans, which was most notable for incorporating an internet relay chat feature, or IRC, where people could gather and chat about Sonichu and other related matters. Over the course of the next couple of months, Chris joined the chat to discuss various topics and answer fan questions. On the same day, YouTube user Icarus69, who was the one who had received Christian's package, showed off the medallions which recently came into his possession. On October 15th, Chris uploaded a 7-page preview of a future Sonichu comic in which Chris Chan Sonichu travels to the 4-cent garbage building but is captured by a tractor beam. He is forced to revert to his human form, which brings his medallion back into existence. Jason's minion, Beale, grabs hold of the Sonichu medallion, but is shocked that he remains powerless. Christian reveals that the true source of his powers is his Amethyst High School ring, to convince the trolls that his medallion was not as important
It's the
as they had thought it
Amethyst
was.
High School
He
ring.
uses his ring to transform back into Chris Chan Sonichu and launches a hyper beam at Beale, which also ends up hitting Jimmy Hill, knocking out his teeth. On October 20th, the trolls behind Blanca put an end to her story. Icarus69 filmed himself desecrating the original medallion in a myriad of means. He sliced it and stabbed it with a knife, mimicked it performing forced fellatio on a pickle, placed it into a pickle jar, crushed it with a hammer, and set it ablaze, quenching the fire by urinating on it.
Good and bad is delicious.
Now I'm gonna read the comics. See what's good. It's honestly just impressive how Chris never improves. The two ED trolls going at each other privately and completely separate of Chris is hilarious, like some twisted Machiavellian comedy. So let me get this straight. Vivian G was a persona created by a troll, but was actually giving Chris Chan genuine advice on how they can be better for themselves. I'm going back and forth between why are they doing this to him and why is nobody stopping him. Chris, I'm not a pedo. Also, Chris refers to laws against child pornography as dumb. The man in the pickle suit has tricked me once again. The phrase is bizarre. We know better than God. Still can't get over it. I just noticed that Megan said trying to help him was like talking to a brick wall, and then Chris uses that line to tell the trolls why they shouldn't bother with him. Hell no. What a romantic Chris was. A nice conversation about a McDonald's date and making it out to his parents' house. Talking about sexual intercourse and then marriage before they even have a first date. I'm surprised he was still single. I love the troll art. Is always better than Chris's art, yeah. Bianca's not a real person. This isn't bullying or harassment. It's the world's most in-depth true crime documentary. Legit, once this documentary wraps up, you should put it on DVD. It's so funny. I bet it's a sign the lawyer is watching this docu-series losing his mind. I don't know. Anyway, I'll end this video on that. If you like it, give me a subscribe, give me a like, and see you later.